So today we're going to assemble this bad boy from Harbor Freight. So this is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. We already put together one to kind of keep my husband's tools and things dry. This is the $200 Harbor Freight carport. It's got the little zippers on the side, little ratchet straps you can hold it up with too. So we got another one, and I had the idea to make a goat milking stand out of. So we made the mistake of letting the box get wet, so it kind of just disintegrated when we took it apart, but we didn't really have anywhere to put it because we don't have a shed. So hence the reason we needed this thing. It's gonna go somewhere right in here. All the different poles are labeled. And these labels correspond with the little booklet that says where they go. Some of them have letters, some have numbers. It's been raining so much here that the last one was put up in the rain. And that was fun, let me tell you.
The front and back canvas pieces, the main overlay canvas, and you have your cross section of your roof, and then the side supports of your roof poles, which are 3 and 4. And then next you'll have your number 1 and number 2 poles, which are your main side walls. And then you got your number 5 poles, which are your cross braces for the base of your walls. All right. And then you have each of your corner pieces for your roof structure to pin everything together. And then you have your bases for your side walls and your elbows for your corners. And
okay, the back wall is together. As you can see there, for a bit we had to undo what we'd done. We had stuck the poles in the wrong direction, so make sure when you stick in the side poles that they're in the right direction so they'll connect to those top pieces. So we got that back piece assembled, and Adam and I put the poles on the front, and then we moved it out of the way so we can start working on the front section. Okay, so we just did the exact same thing that we did to the back piece. We just did to the front. I mean, exact same process. You just slide the poles that are numbered, like this one is A2 is the side piece. Well, that's the connector piece actually. There's another pole in here that that's connected to. And then all the way around, same thing. And then we're going to set this up and connect it to that.
All right, next step, we have these ratchet straps. We're going to secure the straps that are inside the front and the back sections to ratchet to the frame.
So it's very important that while you're putting your poles through, you keep this black piece of, what is that? The word strap. That black strap, the word, I couldn't find it. Out, and don't let it get caught up in that, because you're going to need it for these ratchet straps. And he's hooked that strap to the bottom pole.
You know, on this first one, you're just making tension.
Yeah, so you got tension.
So that when you tighten it down with this second one, you'll be able to pull it tighter from here.
So now we've got the two end pieces assembled and set up, and now we've got to work on the middle. So I'm going to swap angles on you guys for a minute, and we're going to spread this canopy out and try to work on the middle. Y'all, please overlook the junk. Yes, there is junk in our yard right now. The reason we have stuff all over is because we had to move very quickly, hence the reason we needed a portable garage, which all these tools are going to go into momentarily. So now Adam is putting on, what is that, foot? The little feet, and then you thread the, what is that? You thread the fancy looking bolt through the little pre-drilled hole that's in both the pole and the foot. Line those little things up. And put it in there. And you do that, there's 4 of these feet and they go on those middle poles. So we're gonna speed up the video for the other 3. Okay, this tricky looking bolt right here, Adam took the pieces off.
Yeah, the way that it comes assembled, you may need to rearrange. Put this washer on first. That way your bolt doesn't slip through after you fit it through on the footing. Just line up the holes. Might have to take a little pressure off the leg for it to line up.
Just a little extra tightness, he's going to go ahead and fix those up real good.
All your bolts that you need to be tightening, wall be 9/16, and if you have a little drill pocket extension, makes it a whole lot easier to swap in and out on what you need to do.
So now the canvas is stretched over, but there's still some work to be done on the inside. There are some other poles that you connect, the ones that are running perpendicular to the ground. You want to attach some horizontal posts in between those to add some stability. So we're going to do that now. Now if you look, there's a gap right here. Don't worry about that gap. It'll make more sense when the thing is done. See what I mean about this gap? There's like this piece that's in between these two, and that's on purpose. We tried to figure it out on the last one, and then we figured out that that is what wraps around these poles so that you're able to connect those little brackets. One little side note is that this is twice now in a row, but this one's actually worse than the other one, that the place they cut here does not line up with where it's supposed to. It should be about here, not way over there. So we're gonna try to figure that out.
Basically, they pre-form this pocket before in one solid piece, and then they go back through and try to cut the gap. They, on this particular one, they mismeasured, but it's simply just recut a new section.
Yep.
And then it'll be fixed.
So we're just gonna cut our own little piece.
Yeah, because basically all this does is give something for the canvas to hold down to the rest of the frame. It's not really a big deal if you've got not very much canvas covering the pipe. Alright, next we're going to be attaching the canvas poles to the frame. It's easier to start with the corners, because that way you can finish squaring up the building.
Y'all hear that noise? It's my daughter. She wanted to come be a part of the video too.
Hello.
I'm telling them hello.
Hello. Like we said earlier, you may have to cut, if they didn't cut your pieces right, if they miscut, you might just have to open it up a little bit so that it lines up correctly. The next step of this will be ratcheting the outer canvas using these little, what is that, four ratchet straps. Okay guys, and here it is. This is the 10 by 17. There are some metal anchors. I'll show them to you real quick. And you would use those to anchor the building in place. However, there's a really good chance, like 99.9, that we are going to have to move this within the next few days. So we are not going to anchor it right now. I'm just going to take you on a walk through here. This is it all done. It's actually very spacious. Like I said, the anchors, the ratchets are keeping that all tight. And that was the purpose of that little black strap that goes through the whole thing. But yeah, so that's it. And then I'm gonna back you out again. Up here, this can be let down and zipped shut, or it can be left open. Yeah, there's this. Just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so one thing we did notice right away after putting this up is it's very hot in there. So I recommend, if you're gonna do like me and use this to actually do anything inside, like I said, I'll be milking my goats under here for a while. If you're gonna do anything like that, I highly suggest keeping that open, or else it will get way too hot. You could also bring a little fan, and that may be what we do, is plug up a little, one of those little portable box fans and just run an extension cord. So that's a wrap, guys. As you can see, it wasn't really too difficult. I really look forward to milking the girls in here. It'll be a dry place out of the elements, and it wasn't too hard to do. So definitely go pick you up one of these if you need something like this, a portable, whether it be car shed, she shed, he shed, goat shed, whatever. I think this would be a perfect thing for you. Thank y'all so much for watching. We really appreciate you coming along with us to put this thing up. We would love it so much if you would hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks. See you next time.